The receipt I found.
Check.
Find out what position the feather's in the head. We don't know yet. Figure out how to open the chest in Renee's room. Symbol.
I haven't done that.
Look for anything that might help me find out what happened to the skull that used to be in the box. What's going on, Henry? What's up?
Yes?
I'm afraid you're going to be stuck with me for a while.
It's like, fuck!
Let me guess. Because of the big storm that's blowing in. Everyone in the city's freaking out and you can't get a cab.
Man, this service must really be awful.
You're one heck of a guesser.
Person at the bank told me. Just before she put me on hold for 2 hours. Don't worry, we've got plenty of food here. Beds, candles. You're welcome to stay.
Thank you, Henry.
I'll check back with you
You're a
later.
stand-up guy.
Sounds good.
He's like, yeah, the cab service here is the worst in the country. Every time that someone gets stuck here, it's the cabs.
Hello again.
I'll leave you to your potting.
Fare thee well.
Oh, okay, so these guys aren't going to tell me anything about it. We're not even going to ask about it. I seem to recall there being a book here. There we go. Oh, fuck.
What was that?
That was Uncle Bruno's pet iguana, Iggy.
Which
She's always in here
stood there,
stealing
just
You must be using it to build a
stock
nest or something.
still.
Look, I had all
for,
those
like,
books
the
for
first
you, so
2
they fit
hours of the
perfectly in that
game.
box. Put them back in, okay? I don't have time.
I just want to look through this one book.
Go right ahead. After you put all those other books back.
This one with the only cover with a picture on it for some reason. Ah, it's gonna be one of these puzzles, is it? Fun. It goes down there. Nice. That'll fit in there well. Okay, how about this? Nice. I'm trying to find ones that match height-wise. That fits in there nicely. Kinda does. I think I'm gonna put that one there. That looks good. Are there any that fit in this little crevice? There we go, perfect. Okay. Now we get to the fun stuff. Oh, it does fit. Did we do it on our first try? Holy shit, look at me go. The Crystal Skulls, Fact or Fable by Professor Hotchkiss. There's a number 4 in here. One of the most ancient and widespread legends known to humankind can be summed up thusly. Scattered over the earth are 13 humanoid skulls carved out of pure crystal. At some point in the future, fate will bring the 13 skulls together and they will speak, imparting wisdom that will save the human race from annihilation and usher in a golden age of peace and enlightenment. There are several versions of this legend. In one, the skulls are created by Mayans, Incas, or Aztecs and collectively form a repository of information detailing how and why humans came to be. Another legend credits their creation to extraterrestrials who seeded the Earth with the human race and left the skulls behind to explain their actions at some point in the future. Yet another contends the skulls are ancient in origin, but more important, that each skull is somehow magical in and of itself. The distinctive gifts they offer their owners reputedly include precognition, clairvoyance, telekinesis, and of course, immortality. Some variations combine all the above. What is both indisputable and intriguing about the general legend and its smaller, colorful variations is that several mysterious crystal skulls have indeed been discovered in the past millennium, turning up in all corners of the earth. What follows is an examination of everything that is currently known about these skulls in hopes of separating the facts of their existence from the fantasy of human imagination. The Whisperer. The first documented reference to the crystal skull, known as the Whisperer, came in 1532, shortly after Hernando de Soto helped Francisco Pizarro ambush and capture the Incan Emperor Atahualpa at the Battle of Cajamarca. De Soto's aide-de-camp, while updating the De Soto's expedition records, noted that during Atahualpa's subsequent imprisonment, De Soto befriended the Incan ruler. In time, Atahualpa told Soto a secret. He possessed an exquisitely detailed life-size human skull that the Ancient Ones had carved out of pure, clear crystal. He happened upon it at the hut of a deceased high priest who, astonishingly advanced age, had caused his fellow priests, out of fear and jealousy, to slip him a fatal dose of poison. Atahualpa, I can't pronounce that, took a fancy to the skull and kept it, and soon realized that the skull, which he contended would sometimes whisper to him in an unearthly voice using unfamiliar words, was giving him immunity to all human ailments. As long as he possessed the skull, Atahualpa told Tesoro he would live forever. But like the priest before him, and like everyone who possessed a particular skull after him, Atahualpa soon discovered that while the skull could perhaps protect him from the ravages of time and nature, it was no match for the treachery of his fellow man. To Tesoro's great surprise and dismay, Pizarro had Atahualpa executed. Although there is no other mention of the skull in De Soto's records, it is highly doubtful that the Spaniard would have left such a treasure behind when he returned to Europe in 1536. Indeed, the next documented reference to the crystal skull, which Atahualpa seems to have inadvertently bequeathed to De Soto, came in a letter written by a nobleman in the court of Philip II, the member of the Austrian Habsburg family, who took over the Spanish Empire in 1556. Geez, this has a backstory to it. While a guest at the Habsburgs' palace in Vienna, the nobleman mentions encountering a crystalline head of death, which a manservant swore made utterances strange and low, too terrible for the ear to bear. Apparently, the skull then made its way to France, most likely via Anne of Austria, who married King Louis XIII of France in 1615, because the next reference to a death's head carved from remarkably clear crystal can be found in the manifest of a ship belonging to Renee Robert Cavelier, Sieur de La Salle, a French explorer who in 1684 was preparing for a journey that would take the skull, ironically, back to the New World from which it had come. The fact that La Salle took the skull with him on his expedition to colonize the Mississippi River Valley suggests that he may have been aware of its reputation for conferring immortality upon its owner, but once again, his real enemy proved to not be age or disease, but his fellow man. A group of his men, stranded in what is now Texas, after the expedition landed in the wrong place and antagonized the local Native Americans, eventually mutinied and killed La Salle so they could abandon their mission and head for the relative safety of the French outposts in Canada. The Whisperer, however, appears to have been left behind, and didn't reappear until almost 200 years later. The photo to the right, found in the basement of a library in Jonesboro, Arkansas, suggests that by 1881, Atahualpa's crystal skull had found itself in the hands of a traveling huckster, who apparently used it to lure Curtis Caldwell's Cures and Curiosity, the Whispering Crystal Skull, wonder of the ancient Incan world, inquire inside, who apparently used it to potential patrons to his wagon so he could sell them various bombs and elixirs. If he is the same Curtis Cadwell who, according to census records, settled in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, he lived and worked to the ripe old age of 93, dying only when a dissatisfied customer set fire to his house in a fit of anger. If the Whisperer was in Caldwell's house, it no doubt survived the fire.
Murder?
But exactly what happened to it next has proved impossible to discern, and its current whereabouts remain a mystery. But what is known about the skull's previous owners could prove very useful in solving that mystery, for all the people who have possessed it have had two things in common. They lived for an unusually long time, and they always, without exception, met with death at the hands of another. In other words, the trail that leads to the discovery of this particular crystal skull will likely be one that begins with murder. Holy shit, we got things going on. And we got teeth books. What do you have to say about this, Henry?
How did Bruno die, if you don't mind my asking?
Just dropped dead in the front hallway. I mean, the guy was 95 years old. Here, check it out. Myocardial infarction. That's doctor speak for heart attack.
Rough.
Attending physician Dr. Gilbert Buford, 504-555-9970. Was that Bruno's doctor?
And his best friend, or so I'm told. I've never met him.
Rough.
Interesting keychain.
That's one of Uncle Bruno's glass eyes. It's the one he was wearing when he died.
How nice.
Anything else?
I'll check
Can I
back
have
with you
your
later.
glass eye?
Groovy.
Can I take it? Can I steal it from you? So now we know kind of the backstory of this mystery here. Well, starting to piece it together at least. That it's going to take place around... Sorry.
Hello again.
He's going to take place around the skull called the Whisperer.
Did Dr. Bolet ever say anything to you about a crystal skull? He may have referred to it as the Whisperer.
No, he never so much as mentioned a crystal skull, whispering or otherwise.
Were you in the house when Dr. Bolet passed away?
Indeed.
I was indeed. I was in the library cleaning when all of a sudden I heard a big thump. I hurried out to investigate, And sure enough, there was Dr. Bolay lying by the front door. And as I rushed over to him, the door opened and in walked Gilbert Buford.
Gilbert.
He took one look at Dr. Bolay and hollered at me to call 911. So I ran back into the library and did just that. When I came back out, Gilbert was leaning over Dr. Bolay, listening for breathing, I suppose. And then he started pushing up and down on his chest. But it was too late. Even I could tell that Dr. Bolay was gone.
What was he doing by the front door?
I assume he saw Gilbert coming and was going to open the door for him. Not that there was any need. As you yourself discovered, people around here seldom lock their front doors during the day.
Why not?
But you know, in the back of my mind, I have always wondered about Gilbert Buford showing up at the door at that exact moment.
It was all Buford's
I
doing.
understand that Dr. Bolay had some interesting pets, like an iguana.
That man never.
My
met a
neighbor
creature
used to have a
he
bloodhound
He
named
trained them to
Buford.
do
It
all
was like the
kinds of
loudest
silly
dog I've
tricks,
ever heard in
then
my
let him
life.
run free, inside the house as well as out.
Do you know how he went about training them?
Training his
I surely
iguanas.
do not. Don't get me wrong. I liked Dr. Bolay, I truly did. But I swear, sometimes his activities made as much sense to me as bathing in a bayou full of gators.
Bayou full of gators.
I'd better get going.
Come see me anytime.
Okay. So now what's on our lovely checklist here? Put all the
Did
books.
that.
Look through that
Check.
Crystal Skull book
Did that.
with the card I found.
Can't check
Right,
that
I
off
found out
yet.
with the card.
Did that.
Call Bruno, his doctor, Gilbert Buford.
I haven't done that.
Okay, so we can do that. I can analyze this little card that I found. Huh. I don't think I can do anything with this thing yet. Unless it has something to do with the pictures, possibly? Let's go see. I think it might have something to do with the pictures, actually. So, like, if I remember right, each letter corresponds to the item they're holding in the photo, right? So T, we're looking for something with a T. Toothbrush? I think it's this dude. I think this has something to do with it. B. Banana. Is that an F? I think that's an F. Fan. M is the monkey, I would assume. L. Lollipop. It seems to be working, so I think I'm doing it right. H, a hat. A is the axe. D for dog, U for umbrella. Yeah! Good stuff.
Come on, Summer, give me a break here. You never said anything about that.
Oh shit.
What was I supposed to know?
Henry's
I mean,
got
what
some
am I
relationship
supposed-
problems going on.
No, come on, don't get upset. Look, I'll see what I can do, okay?
What do you mean, something else?
Ooh.
You gotta be kidding me, Summer. I don't have that kind of money. No, I meant I don't have it now, but I will soon,
Ooh.
okay?
Sounds like he's a bit of a pushover.
Oh, man.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shucks. Eye of the Beholder. Huh. Okay. Some greasy ass spiders in there. Looks like it. Okay. Let's see where these stairs lead.
Locked, naturally.
Fuck! But there is the spider puzzle. We're making progress. Okay, so there's like... How many? Like 6 of them here? There's more than 6. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Where do I start from? This one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... There's 8 of them in total. And I'm going to guess the number of bars over each of them has is there like the order that you're supposed to push them in. So this one is number 1. This one right here. This one up here would be number 2. Number 3 is this one right next to it. Number 4 is this one here. Number 5 is right next to that one. 6 is this one right here, next to 3. That one's number 7, and this one's number 8. And I'm gonna guess this is how we finish that spider puzzle by the fountain out there. So we can do that right now. And then we can call people. We're making good progress here. Making good progress, everybody. I think we can call Professor Hotchkiss too. Henry, what's going on with you and your woman? What's happening?
Yes?
Okay.
I'm going to keep looking around.
Whatever.
Him doing his laptop work. Okay, so here we go. This looks like a spitting image of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. So I'm gonna guess that is the key to that door, which is gonna open up a whole bunch of other puzzles to us if I remember correctly. But we're coming up on an hour here, so I think I might actually call some people. And then maybe start the video with that secret room.
This is Dr. Gilbert Buford's answering service. How may I help you?
Ugh, I guess we're
need to
not
talk to
talking
Dr.
to
Buford.
Buford right
Could you
now.
maybe give me a number where I can reach him?
No, ma'am, I cannot. Is this an emergency?
Sort of. I mean, it's not a medical emergency. I just... See, I'm only going to be in town
Oof,
for a short
that manipulation,
time. And
I
Dr.
like
Buford
it.
and I have this mutual friend who died recently, and I just really need to talk to him about it.
Need some consoling, huh?
Yes, I need some consoling. That's it exactly.
Well, tell you what. It's against the rules to give you his phone number, but I can tell you that now that he's all but retired, Dr. Buford spends most of his evenings at his favorite gumbo stand down in the French Quarter.
Ah,
If you really need to talk to him, you can probably find him there.
Great. Do you know the address?
It's at the corner of Rampart and Domain.
Did you say Rampart and Domain?
I did indeed. Granny Pumpkin's Cajun cooking.
nice.
They make some darn fine gumbo.
Oh,
Thank you.
can't say
Thank you
damn
very
fine
much.
on this E for
You're
Everyone
welcome,
game.
and I'm truly sorry about your loss.
My loss?
That mutual friend of yours and Dr. Buford's?
Oh, right. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Bye.
Almost blew it. You almost blew it, Nancy. Let's see what Hotchkiss is up to. Everyone's favorite character. Professor Hotchkiss making her first appearance from number 4.
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew. Is this Professor Hotchkiss?
I am she, Nancy Drew. Your name has a ring to it.
Ah.
Do I know you?
Yes,
We-
as a matter
we
of
served
fact,
you
we
50
met a
chicken
little while
drumsticks.
back in Wisconsin.
Oh, yes. You were the delightful young lady doling out the samples in the tasting room.
It's so weird how she refers to that as not too long ago, when in real time it was like
No, I met
what,
you at Whitford Castle.
7, 8 years between the two games
There
at
was
this
no
point.
cheese tasting room at Wickford Castle.
No, we were both guests there. I found a journal written by Marie Antoinette.
When was this
She
released?
transferred-
2007?
Remember?
2008, I
Thanks to
think?
you, suddenly all I can think about
It would have been
is
like
how
6,
wonderful
7
a
years.
slab of Colby cheese would taste right now. Listen, Mandy, I'm on a deadline, so if you could please just tell me why you called.
But my name isn't...
Deadline. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? Chop, chop.
Ugh,
Did a man from New Orleans
she's so
named
amazing.
Bruno Bolet ever call
She's
you?
such an amazing person.
Now there's a name you can remember. Bolay. Nice and French.
Boulay.
I'm a scholar of French history, you know.
It's kind of amazing she forgot us when we were the ones who presented her with the journal that basically made her career.
Why did he call, if you don't mind my asking?
Like, we found Marie Antoinette's journal. You would think probably remember us a little bit better, but I guess that's the running joke in the series, is no one remembers Nancy.
Did he say anything about owning one of the skulls himself?
I would have hung up on him straight away if he had. I tell you, Brandy, if I had $1 for every crackpot who's called claiming to own one of those skulls, I'd be able to dine at the Russian tea room every evening for the rest of my life. All right, that's a bit
Bold
hyperbole,
assumptions.
but you get the picture. No. If memory serves, we talked mostly about the skull called the Whisperer. He wanted to know if I had learned any more about it since my book was published, which I hadn't, or if I had any theory as to what happened to it, which I didn't.
And that was the extent of your conversation?
Well, now, let me think. My, such insatiable curiosity, Nellie. You remind me of someone I encountered on one of my journeys. But for the life of me, I cannot remember her name or the circumstances.
Nancy Drew? Wickford Castle?
Ah! The eyes have it.
I'm sorry?
That's what Bruno Bollet said when I turned the tables and asked him if he had any idea where the Whisperer was.
Oh my god, there's some questions here.
Have it. Then he chuckled and hung up.
Ooh, what a dick.
How much would a crystal skull like the Whisperer be worth?
In this crazy day and age, where the shorn hair and used tissues of celebrities get sold for thousands of dollars, there's absolutely no telling, Candy. $500,000 easily. Maybe even $1 million. Maybe 2. Maybe 10. The sky's the limit. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
If someone found a skull made of crystal, how could they be sure it's one of the crystal skulls?
Wonderful question, Francie. How indeed? Because there are sure to be thousands of fakes out there. Perhaps tens of thousands. But remember, the real skulls were made long before the tools commonly used for carving today were invented. Which means, let's put on our thinking caps.
Modern-day tools would have left marks if the skull was a fake?
Exactly so. Mind you, the marks on a good fake would be microscopic and thus imperceptible to the human eye. However, any thorough laboratory analysis would quickly unmask a counterfeit.
So
Counterfeit
the only way to prove that a
skulls.
skull is the real deal is by proving it's not a
There's
fake.
an underground business of counterfeit
Provenance.
skulls.
Its history of ownership. If it can be shown that a particular specimen has been passed along from antiquity into modern times and didn't just suddenly appear in, say, Germany in the mid-19th century, that would tend to support its authenticity as well.
The idea that the Whisperer can make its owner immortal, do you believe that?
I believe that things that defy any so-called rational explanations happen all the time, Nessie.
Nessie.
Now, does that mean there are
We're the Loch Ness
mysterious
Monster
external
now.
forces at work in the universe of which we do not and cannot ever have full knowledge? Or does it all boil down to us? If the human heart desperately wants something to be true, does the human mind have the power to make it true? Who knows?
Getting philosophical on us, damn.
Questions. Oh, how dreary life would be without them.
In your book, you said that all the people who've ever owned the Whisperer were murdered, yet Bruno Bollet dropped dead of a heart attack.
Are you saying the Whisperer was in his possession after all? The scallywag! Why didn't he tell me that? Oh, that's right, I would have hung up on him. Well, if that's the case, then I strongly suggest you take a close look at his so-called heart attack, Sandy. Because
Sandy.
if he owned the skull and he died, I guarantee you it was at the hands of someone else. Or my name's not Beatrice Gertrude Winifred Hotchkiss.
I'd better go. Thank you.
Toodaloo!
Okay. Let's open this door and then we'll end the video here, because this seems like a good place to end it. Now that we have the key to get into his room. His secret room! Look at this place. It's a cool little area. With his weird puppetry and this weird shitty thing. That's actually a really fun game. I remember this game well. But we'll leave that for the next video because we're coming up on the hour mark here. So, yeah, we will talk we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed it. Take care and stay healthy out there. Bye.